What? It'll never happen to me.
The week before Christmas, a 3-year-old boy and his mum travelling along a rural A road to visit relatives. Travelling along the same piece of road with 2 work colleagues. The driver of this car had been out drinking the night before and had continued to consume alcohol that morning before getting behind the wheel. During the drive leading up to the collision, witnesses described the vehicle as tailgating other vehicles, overtaking dangerously and veering from side to side on the single carriageway road. It was during one of these overtakes at excess speed that the driver lost control, hit a bank, causing the car to go airborne before landing on the car with a mum and little boy in it, crushing the passenger side where the little boy was sat. I was some way off with a colleague when we received the call to attend. During the drive to the scene, updates were coming over the radio, and I can remember the desperation in colleagues' voices trying to free the little boy who was obviously seriously injured. I arrived to find a scene of total devastation, with one car crushed and the other one on its roof further down the road. The main activity was around a small bundle on the road with countless medical staff and police officers desperately fighting to save a life. After 10 minutes or so, this group stood up and stepped back. The little bundle was now fully covered in a blue ambulance blanket. The fight had been lost. At that point, I looked at my colleague stood nearby, and we both had tears streaming down our faces. The doctor in charge came over to speak with us and asked if we wanted him to tell the mum that her son had passed away. Due to the state we were in, we thanked him and said yes. Mum at this point was immobilised on a trolley due to her injuries and was being prepared to be flown to the local trauma centre. The doctor went to the far side of the mum's car where she was, and although I couldn't see her, the noise that mum made when the doctor told her is something I will never unhear. The doctor then wheeled the trolley round to the blanket-covered bundle on the road and lifted a tiny hand out from underneath for Mum to hold briefly before she was flown to hospital. The little boy was placed in an ambulance to be taken to the hospital as per procedure, and I offered to escort the body as I had a lot of work to do at the hospital, as the 2 occupants of the other car had also been taken to the local trauma centre. As we left the scene, I sat in the back of the ambulance, just me and a lifeless bundle covered in a blue blanket. I remember as we went round a corner, an arm and hand dropped over the side of the trolley from under the blanket. I took the tiny hand and I held it all the way to the hospital. Why? So I could look Mum in the eyes and tell her that her little boy wasn't alone. The driver responsible for the collision pleaded guilty to death by dangerous driving, serious injury by dangerous driving, and driving a motor vehicle while over the legal alcohol limit. The driver was jailed for 5 years and 4 months and banned from driving for 2 years on his release. This collision didn't have to happen, but due to the decisions made by the driver that day, a totally innocent 3-year-old boy lost his life in the most horrific of circumstances. Don't think it'll never happen to you.